What's going on, everybody? Another victory for the Baltimore Ravens. Yay! The Ravens beat the Bengals. A business trip. A business trip. This was a business trip for us, guys. This was one that honestly we had to have. It's like, you know, it would have been a big deal if we did not win. The fact that we did win is just it's a business trip. What can you say? Went to M&T Bank Stadium, took care of business, took care of the rookie quarterback, and came on home. Got to watch a little bit of the afternoon games, maybe play some Madden, and go to sleep. It's like just kidding with you guys. Look, let's get down to it right away. It's just my quick and dirty thoughts. Everything's already really been said. First of all, shout out to Engraven, Joe Newbold, and the rest of the Ravens community. We're representing really hard here. We love our team, and so this once again, shout out to everybody in the community, and let's keep up the great content. Right off the bat, just get this out of the way. Defense, hey, it's the real deal. Yeah, we still need to generate a pass rush a little bit better. We went against a rookie quarterback who didn't know how to get rid of the ball. But the defense did what it was supposed to do. It showed up against a rookie, gave the rookie a hard time, and we caused a lot of madness and chaos and turnovers. We did what we were supposed to do on defense. Against a rookie quarterback. Now let's talk about the unpopular part of the Ravens' performance, and that's the offense. Look, I said it before, and I'll say it again. Lamar looks like he's going through two reads. It's either going to be Hollywood Brown or Mark Andrews that he's throwing the ball to. You don't have to be a defensive coordinator to see that. It'd be nice if he can, get the ball to other guys. It seems like the only way the ball is going to get to another receiver is if it's a design play, like the reverse for Devin Duvernay. That was beautiful. We got to get Lamar to the next level. The next level for him is going through all of his reads, all throughout the entire progression tree. And I think he needs some more like personal reps with some guys. I know just Miles Boykin. Lamar and Miles Boykin are not on the same page. I mean, it doesn't take, rocket scientists to see that. I mean, they just are not on the same page. It'd be nice if they were. He is a big body receiver. On paper, it looks like he could do a lot of damage. Part of his problem is he plays smaller than he is. He doesn't play to his size. He should be boxing guys out and should be a big, intimidating, strong wide receiver for us. But, he plays kind of small, kind of goes down with one contact when he finally does catch the ball. I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to talk about him. Who do I think is the overall most talented wide receiver and best wide receiver on the team, and could be, if given the chance to be the X, maybe throw up the X, Devin Duvernay. Devin Duvernay is the sweetheart of all Ravens fans who I think are on a level of sophistication where they see the game a certain way. Devin Duvernay is our top secret, real number one receiver. Devin Duvernay. John Harbaugh, I love you. I love what you accomplished. Thank you for the Super Bowl in 2012. Please, Devin Duvernay is the most talented wide receiver on our team. He should be number one. He should be the X. We should throw Hollywood into that slot. Because here's the confusing part. You ever notice that, like, slot corners are like 5'9", maybe 5'10", and really, really fast, doesn't it sound a lot like Hollywood Brown? 5'9" and fast. Don't you think you have a better time getting open against slot corners instead of big corners who are like number one, number two corners who can stuff them at the line? I mean, put Hollywood in the slot. He would dominate. He would dominate in the slot at the NFL level. 5'9", that 4.2 speed. Hollywood would dominate. And then on the other outside, I would kind of alternate between Prochet, Boykin, and Snead. But yeah, Devin Duvernay, number one receiver, Hollywood Brown in the slot, and then alternate to see between Prochet and Boykin and Snead, who would do a better job on the outside. You would want it to be a Boykin or Prochet because we all know this is the last year in the contract for Snead, so he's going to be gone, which means you're probably going to have to draft a receiver at some point in the draft next year again just to round out the core all the way. But yeah, I think that's pretty much my thoughts. I mean, it's all been said before in other channels. I don't want to repeat anything, or we don't need to dive deep into the stats or anything. What's going on, Orange Gaming? Thanks for coming into the live stream. I'm sitting here just kind of saying my thoughts, but also, ranting a little bit. Our Ravens are who they are. And I know that's cliche, but when you think about it, especially with the Chiefs now having their first loss, we just got to push through this season, guys, get the highest seed we can get. But, like a lot of people, it's all about the playoffs now. We know how good Lamar Jackson can be in the regular season. We know how great these Ravens can be in the regular season. We got to get our coaching staff to call the game right on offense. We need to put Devin Duvernay as number one receiver, Hollywood in the slot, and alternate the other outside receiver. We also need to get a little bit more depth, maybe a depth signing at tight end, because God forbid if something happens to Mark Andrews, injury or COVID or something, that's literally like 50% of our passing offense. So we got to get some depth there. We got to get rolling. Got to get ready for these playoffs, man. We got a little bit of a challenging schedule for like the first 4 games after the bye week, but Ravens can pull it off, man. We gotta keep pushing. I know one thing, man. That defense that we got will do what they have to do, and they'll somehow get it done. Offensively, like I said, Lamar Jackson, you got to go through more than 2 reads. I can close my eyes, watch a game, and when they say he throws the ball, I already know it's going to Hollywood or it's going to Andrews. If I know that, these defensive coaches know that. And with Hollywood being, the X number one receiver in the X spot, all you got to do is put a big corner on him, stuff him at the line, and then double cover Mark Andrews. You've essentially shut down our passing game. It can't be that predictable. It can't be that easy. The next step for Lamar, like I said, going through his progressions, being a little bit more mature. I think there's a little bit of, he's a young guy. I think there's a little bit, immaturity there. But we got to find a way to get the ball to other receivers without it having to be a designed play for them. It has to be Lamar going through his progressions, growing as a passer. He can physically pass the ball, but at this point, it's all about the progression. So I'm not going to beat a dead horse, guys. It was a business trip for the Ravens, and they took care of business. Um, and they won like they should have. Quick question just came in. Do I think the Ravens could trade for Myles Garrett? You know, I don't think Cleveland would do that. I mean, Cleveland's winning games right now. Granted, they haven't beaten anybody, but inside a division, trades typically they don't happen that way. I think if they make a trade, it would definitely be outside of the division, maybe even outside of the conference. I think teams like Atlanta, they could be getting rid of assets. I mean, they just fired their head coach and their GM. So look for them to maybe be sellers. It wouldn't be bad to get like a Julio Jones from those guys, or somebody that can kind of man some of the positions that we need, or even a pass rusher from one of those teams. But inside division, nah, they would never do that. But yeah, so that's my thoughts for everything. I think we are who we are. We got to get better. We have to get better, guys. One thing I'll tell you guys about football, I've been watching football my whole life. Whatever your weaknesses are, no matter who you are, whatever your weaknesses are in the regular season will show up in the playoffs. That's what defeats you in the playoffs. Everything that you guys see that's wrong with the Ravens in the regular season, the other coaching staffs see that. Okay? And, it'll show up in the playoffs, and somebody will beat us if we don't correct it. It'll be heartbreaking, but, that's the way sports works. Whatever you're weak at, you might get away with it in the regular season. But when the playoffs start and it's the highest level of competition, it will come back to haunt us. It will. Lee Evans was never physical, right? Drops the ball in the end zone. Billy Cundiff was never a clutch kicker. We know what happened there, right? For so many years, we've had weaknesses that showed up. There was a while there where we didn't have the killer instinct. The Ravens defense couldn't finish games, And what happened that one year, I want to say it was 2014 against the Patriots in the playoffs. We were up by 2 scores twice, couldn't close it out. And I'm telling you guys, our weakness right now is Lamar only going through 2 reads. And if Hollywood or if Mark Andrews aren't open, he kind of holds onto the ball a bit too long, or he'll make a bad play, or he'll just look to run right away. That will show up in the playoffs if it is not addressed. That's the way football works. That's the way it's always worked. You got to work out the kinks. You have to self-evaluate. You got to bring that running game. By the way, Gus Edwards should be the starting running back. Shh, don't tell anybody, though. Bring that running game, stop the run, and we should be good. We should be good, guys. These are the secrets, Harbaugh. This is what you need to know about your own team. Devin Duvernay, the most talented receiver on your team. Gus Edwards, the most talented running back on your team. Get Lamar Jackson to look at his 3rd receiver, his 4th receiver. These guys get paid too. Also, again, summing it up, Miles Boykin, get on the same page with your quarterback, buddy. I don't know if you ever heard about Ravens drafting wide receivers, but they don't last very long. You better you better get on board, else it could be your career, pal. I like you a lot, but you got to use that 6'4" frame to get open. You need to talk to Lamar. You guys need to get together after practice. Before practice, whatever it takes to get on the same page. And it's been fun, guys. That's really it. That's my take on everything. Like I said, everything's been said by other channels and so forth. But we got the potential to be great. That's the thing. It's not about talent. We got the talent. It's about execution. Defense, I'm not worried about those guys. They'll figure out a way to get it done. But offense just requires that coordination, guys. Lamar can be great. He is great, but he can be greater, and that's the scary part. And at the end of the day, that's all we want. We want the best Lamar Jackson. And we got the pieces. We got the pieces. We just need to use them correctly. But if the Ravens, if you guys are watching this at all, Devin Duvernay is your number one receiver. Please don't let him leave and go somewhere else. He is the reincarnation of Steve Smith. If you look at Steve Smith's career, he didn't really get turned on to the third year. Don't do that with Devin Duvernay. This guy has the physical tools to beat press coverage on the outside, and he has almost just as much speed as Hollywood, and he doesn't avoid contact. He is the number one receiver. Okay, guys, I'm beating a dead horse. I appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please. You got to subscribe. I need to get to about 1,000 subscribers here pretty soon. But appreciate you guys, tuning in. Love this community. Thanks for supporting my brand new channel. It's going to be more videos to come here in the Baltimore Ravens. We're going to talk about the Washington Capitals. We're going to talk about video games and anything nerd culture and really anything I really think is relevant. But definitely the Baltimore Ravens. And we'll get through it, guys. It's not going to be pretty, but our Ravens can do it. The Ravens can do it. But yeah, that's it. So I'll be on, I think, a couple more days from now, maybe like 2 or 3 days. Look for my next video. But, it's been awesome, guys. And I will see you soon. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out.